Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. Thank you very much for joining me today. We've got a quick little project that I think will be a lovely addition to the Easter baskets that I'm going to make. What we're going to do is we're going to take these bisque crosses and we're going to decoupage them. I'm going to start with putting a coat of paint on there first, and then let it dry, and then we'll get to the napkin. So first what we want to do is remove this little ribbon that we may or may not put back on. Alright, so basically I put a little bit of the paint in this little dish, and it'll probably take a couple coats, but real simple. Get that first coat on there, let it dry so that we can get to the decoupaging part. Alright, I'll get these painted, let them dry, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, so our crosses are good and dry. I really like how this color came out. Very, very pretty. We are going to use this napkin to decoupage. And so the first thing I want to do is take away all the layers that I don't need, because you only want to put that top layer on there. So just gently take your backing off. And so now you have this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a new technique that I saw, where you basically can take a brush pen, and what I want to do is find my thinnest brush that I have, and so I think it'll be this one. And then what you do is you just take a tiniest little bit of water and you outline what you want to remove. So I'm going to actually remove some of my water. Make sure I got my brush where it wants to move. And then I'm just going to take it, I'm just outlining this pretty little bird here. And what this will do is this will give a better edge. Like when you cut these things out, you get that harsh edge. So this is supposed to help with that. So let's see what we come up with. And then basically just tear it. It seems to be working well, and I'm just tearing it. Gently pulling it apart where I got the little damp edge of the brush on it. And then you have something like that. And I could even go down here and remove that one little edge. See how I have that straight edge right there? So let's see what we can do. I'm just going to basically, when you tear it, get a little bit of just removing the tiniest little bit. But you have this edge that will be able to blend in much easier than a straight edge. Alright, so let's go get all of the pieces that we think we're going to want to use. Okay, so what I did is I used basically half the napkin. So I have that much left. If I decide I want to come back and find something else. And you saw me cut some larger pieces because honestly I was thinking forward to cards. How pretty that would be on a card. Just beautiful colors. All right, so now we're going to see what we have here. And these are the larger ones that we don't think we're going to use. We'll set them to the side along with our other half sheet. And we'll just sort of lay out what we have. I know I have 2 birds, so I want to keep one for each one. And have all these beautiful little flowers. One for each one. So I'm making a stack. And then this is larger than this one. This one's larger than this one. So then what I'll do is to balance out the design, maybe I'll go, those are the same about, so we'll stick with that. Now we've got these pieces. Let's see, I think I want to put this one here. And this one here, and then this, and then not sure, so we'll stick that there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one side at a time. I want this to be the front. I may have to nip that so that it'll fold around. I'll do that on the other side. So on this side, let's just give it a look of what we want. We may not use all the pieces. And what we could do is we could maybe use half on one side, half on the other. Do something like that. Maybe something like that for the back. Okay, so we'll glue that one down. I'm just going to use Mod Podge to get them glued down. Again, I really like this blue color. This was Caribbean by Apple Barrel. It's just, it dries really pretty. It's a really pretty color. Okay. So I put the first layer of Mod Podge down, and then I'm coming on top. See, I'm going to wind it around that edge right there. How pretty is that going to be? course, we'll have to let this dry well before we do the other side. That's okay. I did that a little different than what I laid out, but that's okay. Let's do that. There's my hole right there, so I sort of did the flower around where I know the hole's going to be. Okay. Spreading out my Mod Podge. I'm even going to go on the sides. This will end up getting a coat of varnish at the very end. I live in a more humid climate, so I don't want to take a chance of the Mod Podge turning on me. Okay, so let's go this. And it wrinkled, but that's okay. Pretty, pretty. Let's see. I'm going to do one more on this one because they were a little bit larger. Going to different people's. They don't have to match, but and that one needs a little help. The corner. Just gave it a little slit so that it will lay flat. And let's see. Maybe I'd like to put a little something there. So maybe okay, let's give a little something here. I want a little word, I think. There, and it wraps around. A little bit of interest there. Okay. Give it a good coat. thing, give it a nice coat. Same thing. Don't like what that did right there, so watch that. There we go. Like that. And we'll give it a little, make sure it's not glued down to our surface. Alright, we'll let this dry and then we'll come back to you. Oh, I think these are going to be pretty. Alright, here we are. Our crosses are dry. Got all the decoupage on there. They turned out really pretty. So now what I want to do is put the varnish on there to help them to last. So you see, ooh, try not to break them along the way. See how I left the napkin on there? It's super easy. Just find something sharp, poke your hole in it, and work around the circle and try to push that little tissue paper down. And then when we put the varnish on it, we'll work on that even farther. So we'll do one side, let it dry, and do the other side. I'm using Liquitex varnish. I like this stuff. Just going to use it right out of the, this is the end of this one, so we're just going to use it right out of here, which is okay. And this is really going to bring the colors to life too. Become very vibrant. See the sides. Sides will get done twice. And flip it. Go a couple different directions to catch all the edges. I'm going to actually stick my brush in that hole. And let it dry well, and then flip it over. Alright, I think this will do it for now. We'll let it dry. Then we can get the other side. And then we'll just let them set and cure. Alright, here are our decoupage crosses. They turned out really pretty. I'm really pleased with how they turned out. So we painted them and then applied that beautiful napkin to them and then sealed them. So they've got several coats of varnish on them. I did decide to go ahead with this raffia style for the ribbon as opposed to this silver metallic. This will look better with what I'm creating for Easter. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, would you please consider subscribing? And until next time, happy crafting!